Hey guys, it's FPV Black. We're going to be fixing up my drone motor today. I got to solder it. Basically, the whole motor came off of my drone. So I had crashed it. As you can see, the whole motor just snapped off. There goes the motor. Yeah, so I got to fix that today. Just a little bit of soldering, unscrewing. I'm gonna take you guys along with me, just so you guys could learn a little bit if you didn't know about how to fix your motor, or I'm gonna explain why mine came off and what to do to prevent that from next time. So if you guys stick with me, we're gonna just fix this up. We're gonna get to it. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video, and if you do, just give me a like and a subscribe and a thumbs up for this video. With all that being said, let's just hop straight to it and get forward to fixing this drone. Alright guys, let's hop straight into it. So as you can see, my motor is completely demolished. Yeah, so it got ripped off, so let's get rid of that. I'm going to show you guys right here. As you can see, my screws were just a little bit too short, so I got some longer ones. Make sure I put those in whenever I get this motor fixed. So this motor right here is the Helix FPV 2306 motor. It is a 1850 kV. So pretty much all the motors on my drone are 1850 kV. So this motor matches up pretty well. It took me a while to find it. The stock motor for the Mark IV was actually out of stock, and that motor is the Geprc 2306.5 1850 kV. So yeah, let's just get started on untaking this drone apart. Start by deassembling the drone. We are going to be taking off the top frame, and we are also going to be taking off the flight controller, as well as the air unit, and those pretty much are all the pieces that we need to. So I pretty much advise putting all your stuff in a unique location, or a certain location, so you don't lose like screws or anything like that. As you can see, I'm being very gentle and really not forcing anything as I take apart the drone, making sure I don't break anything. As you desolder the joints, you want to make sure that your soldering iron is not too hot, that it's melting, the wire that's connected to the motor, the rubber, or any other components connected to the ECU. You do want to make sure it's hot enough though to melt the solder. That way you will be able to pull those wires off, like so. I'm going to be screwing on the new motor. That way I can make sure that the motor wires are going to be long enough to reach before I solder them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure that I get these wires cut and to the right length, so I don't have too much exposed or extra wire. So you just want to make sure that you cut your wires just so you don't have too much sticking out, or they're just not too short. And after you do that, you want to make sure that you get your wires and you want to tin them. So tinning them, you just basically you pre-solder them. So as you can see now, I'm doing that. I am basically clipping up the motor wires and making sure that they're nice and secure. That way I can dab a little bit of the solder on there, and it's called tinning. That way it makes it easier to apply these to the drone. So as you can see here, I am soldering the wires back on. I really didn't have to add any solder to it because the leftover that was on there, I decided not to take that off. So It was very easy just holding those wires in place and heating up that solder and letting that wire melt down. So with that being said, you just want to make sure you tuck those wires back in properly and just make sure they're not really in the way. Maybe tape it up, or if you have some heat shrink, you could put it around those wires, around that arm, and make sure those are secured down. But you could pretty much do it any type of way you would like to. Now I'm going to be putting my drum back together and just we're going to test how it flies. Hopefully that you guys liked what you guys saw, and you guys give me a thumbs up, and you guys give me a big subscribe. I do appreciate everybody for watching my videos and just showing support. So thank you again, and I hope I see you in the next one.